Okay, so in this particular question, we've been presented with a beaker and we've been asked to calculate the number of moles of a particular acid present in the solution. Now, before I actually go into the question, I am going to bring attention to a slight typo in the question. So it says so what it says in the question is this, right? And I'm going to write that in red because it's not actually correct. So hydrofluoric acid. So that's actually what the question says, but this part is actually not correct. So OU, it should be, you see it says OU here, right? OU. So this should actually write, and I'm going to put that in green. It should read as, or should be written as hydrofluoric acid. So this is the correct spelling. The only difference is just, you know, OU to UO, right? Because you got like fluorine, like fluorine, yeah. Okay. Anyway, in our question, what we've been asked to do is effectively work out the number of moles of the acid present in the solution, and we've been asked to give our answer to 3 decimal places when necessary. Okay, so how are we going to work that out? Now, in this particular case, we need to also pay quite close attention to the units given. So if you look at the units of concentration, it's been given in moles per dm cubed, okay? But if we look at the units for the volume, we can see it's provided in cm³. We do need to convert this at some point in our working out so that it aligns with an answer that's going to be in moles, okay? But let's start with the formula. So in this case, the formula is going to be moles in mole equals the concentration and that's in moles per dm cubed multiplied by the volume, right? And that's going to be in dm cubed. Now, as you can see here, with the formula we've got the volumes in dm cubed, but the answer provides, the question provides the volume in cm³. Now let's look at what the conversion factor is and what that looks like. So we know that when we're converting from cm³ to dm³, that typically the value, at least the number of values, is going to decrease. Okay, so we know that the difference between cm³ and dm³ is a factor of 1,000. Okay, so in this case it's going to be modified by 1,000, and we know the value is going to decrease, so we know we need to divide by 1,000. So that means our value in cm³ divided by 1,000 is going to be equal to our value in dm³. Okay, what we can do given this information is we can substitute this into our equation here. So we're going to just quickly do that. So the moles, we'll use purple. So the moles is equal to the concentration in moles per dm cubed multiplied by the cm cubed. So this is the volume. I just put V for volume, right? So volume in cm cubed divided by 1000, right? And if we look at the numbers given in the question, we can basically now plug these values in effectively. So the moles is going to be 1.79 multiplied by the volume in cm cubed. So in this case it's going to be multiplied by 200, and then all of that divided by 1000. So I would invite you to have a go at working out what that is going to be. And if you do work that out, what you should find is you get is equal to 0.358. The question asks us to give our answer to 3 decimal places. This is already to 3 decimal places, so we don't actually need to round this value. And beyond that, well, we need our units. And what we know from what we've done effectively is we've taken, of course we've done a conversion here, but effectively what we've done is we've taken moles per dm cubed, multiplied it by dm cubed, so this effectively cancels and we're left with our units, moles, right? So it's going to be 0.358 moles, right? So that's going to be the units that needs to accompany the answer.